The girlfriend who paid for everything. Leah didn't keep receipts because she was angry. She kept them because she was organized. That distinction matters. The folder sat on her desk, perfectly labeled. Noah, expenses. 3 years. Rent, groceries, vacations, car repairs, subscriptions, equipment, courses that promised transformation. Every charge in her name. She didn't sigh. She didn't cry. She said one sentence, quietly. This isn't a breakup story. It's a collection story. Noah had a dream. That's how it always starts. He wanted to quit his job, build something, be free. Leah believed in him. She said the words people like her always say. We're a team. She paid the rent, covered the groceries, floated the months when nothing came in. Noah promised her something vague but comforting. Once this takes off, I'll put everything back in your name. Nothing ever took off. The business was always almost ready. The website needed tweaking. The launch needed refining. The algorithm needed understanding. But the spending was immediate. Gear arrived at the door. Courses renewed automatically. Subscriptions multiplied. All on her card. Leah told herself this was what support looked like. People listening already recognized the pattern. The tone shifted before the money stopped. That's important. Noah started calling her lucky. Lucky to have someone with vision. Lucky to be adjacent to ambition. He joked that without him, she'd just be some boring office worker with savings. He reminded her she didn't understand risk. He said that a lot. Risk. What he meant was exposure. At a dinner with friends, wine flowing, conversation loose, Noah laughed and said it out loud. Leah's my sponsor. I'm the talent. She's the bank. The table laughed. Leah smiled. But a word lodged itself in her mind. Bank. Banks don't bleed. Banks collect. The question didn't come from Noah. It came from Maya, a co-worker who watched quietly. They were standing by the copy machine when Maya asked, if he walked out tomorrow, what would you actually be left with? Leah answered without thinking. Debt and his inventory. That was the moment the relationship ended. No confrontation, no fight, just clarity. Leah didn't accuse him. She started a project. She printed statements, downloaded invoices, saved messages. Texts where he said, I couldn't do this without you. Messages where he acknowledged she paid. She highlighted dates. She made totals. Then she booked a consultation with an attorney. Not for a lawsuit, for structure. One evening she poured wine. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't harden her face. She slid a folder across the table. I believe in you, she said. If you're going to succeed, we should formalize this. She framed it carefully, so you can write it off later. Inside the folder, a promissory note, legally binding, itemized, repayment terms clear, interest modest, professional, cold. Noah panicked. He called her manipulative, transactional, unloving. He said she was changing. Leah didn't argue. She asked one question. If you don't believe you'll ever pay this back, why should I? He signed. He needed the money. The next day, Leah moved quietly. Shared cards canceled, lease amended, auto payments stopped. She didn't announce it. She simply stopped funding his life. Noah called it betrayal. Leah called it math. Months later, the business finally launched, without her, and it failed the way it was always going to. Credit collapsed, inventory seized, vendors collected. Except one portion, the portion Leah owned. Because she wasn't just a girlfriend, she was his first investor. And she exited on time. This wasn't revenge. Revenge is emotional. This was accounting. And accounting always balances in the end. Love isn't blind. It's selective. And sometimes the most dangerous thing a man can mistake for love is liquidity.